don't know, but at the end of the day, whatever happens, the government will have to look into how it deals with this situation, because we cannot have the port for days on end and not functioning properly, because it affects how this country runs, in terms of importation and goods, services, and all of these things. So, but like I said, I'm hopeful that things will be resolved.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. How are we coming on in the East when it comes to transfers of votes and registrations?
Now that is going well. I think we have a lot of people who are registering, and these people are people who have completed 18 years of age, people who have been in our division and need to register. So that is taking place. And of course, we have a number of people who are transferring, who are living in our area and transferring. And I know that this is politics right now, and every time you have transfers, you have a whole heap of things happening. And I know that the PUP like to cry foul out there, but let me tell you, the PUP have their hand in there and doing all kind of stuff, in terms of transfers and that. And hear me to cry about it, because at the end of the day, I've always believed that this is politics, this is a game that is played right now. At the end of the day, if there's any issues, then you take people to court. You understand me? But right now, I think, to a large extent, I think it's going well. I continue to ask all our UDP supporters in the East, if you are not registered, please do so, because if election will be on November the 4th, then you must understand that there must be a cutoff date for registrations, right? And as such, I ask everybody, if you're not registered yet, please do so. All you need to register is your passport. If you don't have your passport, then you have your birth paper along with a photo ID in terms of your social, and with that you can go in and register yourself to vote. Of course, those transfers, we ask people who are transferring to also do so, because it is important.
They need to take their ID, right?
They need just their ID if it's for transfer. Just their social could work. So we invite everybody to register, especially, and to also those who are in our area living to transfer. So that is ongoing. I think for the transfer, the period, and just for people's information, the transfer period ends on the 31st of August.
Yeah. For persons living in different constituencies, like say persons that was living in Orange Walk North, persons that were living in Central and South, but they have registered in those areas, but they have moved to the East. Where do they go? Which one of the offices?
Well, I will tell you this: if you are in the East right now, you're living there, and you've been registered anywhere else, I mean, this is a period that you can transfer and be a registered voter in the Orange Walk East Division. For that, all they need to do is to go and register at the East Election and Boundaries Office, which is right beside Dee's Pharmacy.
Yeah, BR's Pharmacy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So that they can go there and transfer.
So they don't need to go to our next office and say, "Oh, I'm a registered."
No.
They go to the
office. To the office where they're going to register, where they're going to transfer to.
Okay, and once you become 18, then you can go and do your new registration.
Your registration, right?
Yeah, and so you're encouraging persons to register, right?
Definitely. We're asking everybody to register. I think it is very important that every single Malaysian who has that privilege, that right to vote, to be registered, because at the end of the day, this is where you have a voice. You understand? And I think it is important for all Malaysians across this country, not only here in the Orange Walk East Division, but across the country, to be registered. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, well, I worry about politics and that," but at the end of the day, you must be concerned of your country, because where else you're going, this is our home. And at the end of the day, I've always believed that we need to be able to put the right leaders in office, because when you put the right leaders, we move this country forward.
For you to go and register and for you to vote, that is not politics, That is your right.
That is your right, and if you don't exercise your right in terms of going in to register, then how will you be able to participate in an election? How will you be able to express how you feel and make a choice in terms of who are your representatives in this country? You can't do that unless you are registered. So we ask everybody, want to take time and go register. That is your right, not even a privilege. It is your right to be able to vote. I mean, if you look way back, especially like with women, not too long ago, women couldn't vote. you know,
Yeah, true.
right? I mean, and even when you look at in the whole history of mankind, there's a lot of people have paid the price for us to have democracy,
They used to have a
for
time
us
where
to
black
have
people cannot
freedom.
vote
You
in the US,
understand?
so black people couldn't vote.
Exactly. So for what it is worth, we have people who have died and shed blood
Yes, and fight
for
back.
us to be able to say, you know what, we live in a democratic country. We have the right to vote and to choose freely who we want to represent us in the House of Representatives. And I think that is very important.
Because if you go register minister and you go vote, you don't have to back one flag. You
You
don't
don't
have
have
to
to,
put on no shirt.
that's right.
You could go for an election day and that vote is between yourself and God and you vote for who you want to vote
Right,
for.
right. And that vote should be sacred,
Right.
I mean, politics is what it is, but I've always believed that the majority of Belizeans across this country do the right thing. You understand me? When it comes to election, because it is imperative, it is important that Belizeans across this country, when they go vote, they vote in the best interests of their country and of the people of this country.
Right.
And I say that not because I am under the flag of the UDP. I say this because as Belizeans, I mean, hell, we come and we going. This is the world. It is nobody there
True.
for live forever. At the end of the day, what do we want to see? We want to see a better Belize. We want to see a Belize that we are all proud of, and what we do today impacts on the new generation coming up. And I've always said it. We must be able to put the right leaders in place in this country. And I think that at the end of the day, Belizeans across this country, when it comes to this general election, have to make the right decision, And it is imperative. People might say, well, I could care less, yeah, but 5 years, And we have all experience in this country. And I know say politics are one nice game. I know say that politics is one easy thing. But at the end of the day, people of this country will have to make a decision. You understand me?
Yeah.
And their decision, I will tell you this, not because I fly under the UDP, but because of the fact that this election, it is so important that the United Democratic Party be able to triumph over the PUP. And I say this because why? Because the PUP, they bring nothing good to this country right now, especially with Ashcroft involved, And like I say, I've always told people, when we talk politics, you have to be real, you have to be frank.
Some people
The
like
PUP,
that sometimes, don't you?
yeah, the PUP. Listen to me. I've always told some of the guys at PUP, Konamigan, a long way, or a long time. If you would have reformed, if you would have put in people like Johnny Briseño, Musa, Fonseca's, and these crowds who black-eye the PUP. How they black-eye it? Because they were the corrupt. How I call it? They were the heart of corruption in terms of the PUP, and that you can't wipe off. You can't put that off and close that book. That is wide open. Look at what is happening at the port. All of these things are, in effect, part and parcel of the corruption of the PUP. And now you're going to an election and you still want to put man like Johnny Briseño. And I don't know how he have the gall, how he has the face to put out there to say he is here for the people of this country. When he was a deputy prime minister, he allowed all these corruptions to take place. He was part and parcel of these things, just like Musa. Fonseca's and all of these people, they were part and parcel of these things. So how will they come back now and say, we don't have a viable party? You don't know a viable party under that kind of leadership. And I think the Belizean people see through these things.
Yeah.
And that is why I say right now, we are at a crossroads moving on. And I know say the UDP perfect, because I would be lying if I would say that. There are issues there. We have had little incidents and issues, but
these
I
things
mean,
happen, right?
these are politics. These are things that are in any political party. But definitely, you can mix the UDP in, and that soup a corruption of the PUP. You understand me? And right now, when we go to election in the next 3-4 months from now, I will tell you, people will have to make that decision. And I've always said, I look at it as a common person out there. Come on, who you think I'm going to vote for? Not because I'm the UDP, not because I am a representative running right now for re-election, but what is right for this country. You are telling me we prefer to put this country in the hands of a man like Johnny Briseño and Musa again and that crowd? Never. How can we do that after all that they have done to this nation? And people must educate themselves into all the kind of corruption and everything that they have done. We I think but put them bally back, check it. Come on, tell me if what I'm thinking is wrong. I think it is basic, but Belizeans must understand. And some of these times, sometimes I wonder how much of our Belizeans, I know the older folks understand these things because they've lived through it. But we have a whole group of young Belizeans, first-time voters who might not be aware of these things. Because when this thing may transpire, you never know that. Just like when we got independence, Shecky, I don't know, I may leave by the time. I don't remember everything. I could understand what has transpired now because of history. I never see the flag when it got up. You understand me?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And just like this, we have to understand that the kind of corruption that the PUP brings, there's no way we could say where the PUP party cannot say, or the people who support the PUP cannot say, well, that I made then time, that I made the PUP then. They can't say that, you know why? Because the same leaders of that time are the same leaders of today who are running for the PUP, like Johnny Briceño, Musa Fonseca, and you name the rest, they were part and parcel of that same government. Now, if you may bring new blood and new faces to the fore as leaders, then you could say, well, that was another era of the PUP. But that is not the case. The case is that the same architects of corruption are the same leaders of the PUP. So you understand me?
Yeah. On that note, Minister, we need to go on break, but when you come back, I know you have your agenda, but somebody are asking about availability of lands in Orange Walk East, but we'll take a break.
Sure, man.
So, folks, we are here with Minister Aragon this morning. We want to say good morning to everyone in tune to the East Radio as well. The number to call for this show this morning is 302-2170. That is 302-2170. You can send your text messages at 600-5769. Because if you're listening on the radio, then you don't see the screen because we usually put the numbers on the screen. So I want to say good morning once again. Minister Aragon and Robert Cheque Usher will be back after these messages right here on North Television Channel 10.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
From working late to hot date, avec Derek. Yes, you can. Looking half decent at early morning Pilates. Yes, you can. When you've totally forgotten your BFF's birthday. Yeah, you can. Looking surprisingly good in last night's clothes. Even unscheduled media appearances. Batiste Dry Shampoo. Yes, you can.
Distributed by Vegas Imports.
Border jumping is illegal and puts our entire nation at risk. Our neighbors, Guatemala and Mexico, are experiencing rapidly increasing numbers of COVID-19 cases, and there are more deaths every day. Persons entering Belize illegally from these hotspot countries are not being tested for COVID-19. That's why it is important to report anyone entering Belize illegally by calling our hotlines. Smart users call 0800-JUMPERS or 0800-BORDERS. For Digi, call 0800-SAVE-BZE. Condoning or engaging in border jumping is putting yourself, your family, and the entire country at risk. Remember, anyone caught will be fined up to $5,000 and or imprisoned for 2 years. Stop border jumping now. This message is brought to you by the Belize Police Department and the Belize Bank.
Any household, and a great help to the recipients. During the state of emergency in the month of April, Honorable Aragon also prepared and delivered 3,000 food hampers to residents of Orange Walk East. In the first instance, 1,500 parcels were delivered, followed by 1,500 more 2 weeks later. This was done because Mr. Aragon was aware of the hardships some of the area residents were going through due to the COVID curfew This is a man who cares. Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr. With you always.
Belizeans love fresh fruits and vegetables. If you will be heading to the market to stock up, please be sure to do so safely. Be sure to sanitize your hands at sanitizing stations provided at the market. Limit your time at the market by planning ahead and making a list. Once there, be sure to adhere to 6 feet social distancing at all times. Purchasing pre-packaged produce helps you avoid touching produce that other people have touched. Sanitize your hands often, especially after conducting monetary exchanges or touching surfaces. If driving, you should place purchased goods in a designated tray within the vehicle. When you reach home, properly sanitize your reusable bags. It's also advisable to properly wash and dry your produce before consuming or storing them. The Belize Marketing and Development Corporation, Ministry of Health, and market managers encourage all Belizeans to keep safe and buy local.
The time is 8 o'clock, and we welcome you back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Minister Aragon and Robert Checker Usher. Minister, before we went on the break, I read a text that somebody sent and is asking if there's lands in the east available for the people.
Well, Checker, we have always believed that land for people are the most important thing. I mean, that is part of empowerment, just like a job. I think every Belizean deserves a piece of land. The fact is that at this point in time, finding these lands are where the challenges come, right? Because although you might say, well, we have land all over the place, yes, but putting piece of land way to hell a bush with no access to light and water, they're not an easy thing,
Yeah, true.
Because not everybody going there. Remember, you have, as a family, you have kids where you need to send to school and all of these things. And so it's not easy. I think the most important thing is for us to be able to find areas where we can convert those lands into house lots and give out to people, which will have access to light and water, or very close access to light and water, that within a matter of a year or two you could get access to those basic necessities. Mm-hmm. And therefore, that when we are looking for land, we have to look at these areas. And to a large extent, we have been able to do some of these issuing of lots in certain villages. I know Santa Marta had gotten some lots. I think there's still a few more that can be given out. Carmelita, of course, we have opened new areas and assisted people in the village to get their lots, and there's other plans that we have in those areas to expand in terms of making lots available for people. But the challenge is that in those areas, you don't have the amount of land that is available that will give us the amount of lots that can suffice for the Orange Walk East Division. The Orange Walk East Division is a huge division, very, very huge. Only when you look at the town side, the amount of people who need land right now, they're no joke. And I think for the last 30 years or so, nobody has been given issued lands out in Orange Walk. And it's a challenge because then, like I say, you find a piece of land where you could expand the Carmelita, which gives you 50, 60 lots, or 100 lots. That is still nothing close to what is needed. But nevertheless, we are doing everything we can to try to get these lands available, turn them into lots, because it comes with a cost. One, identifying the land. Two, you have to do the surveys and all of these things, the infrastructure work. They come and they cost money. But at the end of the day, we are working on it because I truly believe that these are ways there. This is very important to the Belizean people, especially those in the Orange Walk East Division. But we must have a vision. We must have a vision on how we can get lands for people in the East Division. Within the town, there's no land within the town, right? We have to be real in terms of the east side. But in the villages, there are lands that are available, and they might not be available to government, right? Because remember, you have to find lots that are close, where development can take place quickly, like access to light and water has to be a mandatory part of where you will see how we get lots for people.
Access to open roads
Access
as well,
to
right?
roads and all of these things. And there are available in certain areas, but some of these lies in private hands. And what will have to happen is that we will have to buy these lands from these owners and then turn them over into lots for the people. And that is the way we'll be able to get huge numbers of lots to be given out,
Let's get this guy.
Sure.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I would want to ask Minister how come Kevin is saying that he will give lands to people in the east. He's talking about Tower Hill and Champa Ridge. That he will give lands to everybody. And he is saying that he will fix the road to Santa Marta. He will make sure that it's fixed. And that he will also pave the Champa Ridge road. That is what he saying. A road are not a problem. If I get their roads fixed, I will pave Champa Ridge road. I will pave Santa Marta road. And I will also give lands to Tower Hill and Champa Ridge.
Yeah. Well, Kevin, I only want to put it to you, here, sell your dreams, right? Because, listen to me, it's easier to say we are doing this and that and that. Everything you have to understand comes with a budget. You have to look at being able to find the money to do these things, right? Checky, like I've always told people, if land was there right away where we could just give people out, that would be easy to do. The reality is, like the people at Tower Hill, I will be able to assist some people from Tower Hill, but the lands cannot come from the Tower Hill area because those lands are not in the hands of the government. It's it's in private owners, and all of we here know who own large tract of lands in that area. You understand me? My thing is that we have to have one vision in terms of identifying these areas, and we have identified those. But what is lacking at this point in time is the money. Because if I get your land, which you privately own, I must compensate you, yes or no? I have to be able to pay you, and then you say, well, no problem, I will give it up for the project, and you pay me. And I can't, but this is not leave it a money neither, because if you talk about 1,500 lots, that are not a small 10 acres of land, or 15 acres, or 20 acres of land. You understand me? These are large tract of lands that you have to find, and these tract of lands must fit right, like I said, in terms of access, in terms of light and water, and good land where people can really go and build their homes, etc. So we have that plan, Checky, and I know they have to divulge those things, but we have those plans already. It is a matter for us, what has held us back is the finance.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning. This is Mr. Villanueva from Curacao.
Mr. Villanueva from Curacao.
I'm calling concerning the volume of your show. The last time I called, and the volume is very low.
Is still that low right now?
Yes, especially Mr. Osha.
You the seat pan cable? La cable to watch it, man?
Television.
Okay.
Yeah, on cable.
Okay. All right. We are seeing how we work for, but we appreciate that, all right?
Especially Mr. Osha.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not hearing that good, but I hear more Mr. Aragon.
All right, good, sir.
Osha.
All right. Well, I'll make sure I'll talk a little bit louder so you can hear me, all right?
Yes, because the last time I called concerning the same thing.
Okay, Mr. Villanueva.
I watch the show every morning, so I like to hear the news of
All right.
our country, right?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
But Minister,
Yeah.
talking about identifying lands, I know previously that a land was identified in Carmelita for the structure of the police station. We understand that was owned by somebody private.
And this is the thing, because the PUP always out there. Kevin Bernard lives on what I would call misinformation, He puts out a lot of misinformation, and he has people who are doing that, but to me, I think people out there know exactly what is happening. The situation in Carmelita, and it's good you bring it up. The situation is in Carmelita because right now you have the chairman out there talking about, that we have now taken the land for where we're supposed to be no a parking, call it as one new cemetery. the land that has been designated as the police station is a land that was there, and as far as I could remember, was designated to be a nature park, right? We had to find new land where we will put the police station, because the land that we had previously identified, which was right behind the community center, we never know that it was in private hands. We never know that the PUP had placed that in private hands. It is until when we did the check, which I'll tell you that the check, that the last thing we decided to do, because we expect that to be in government hand. How you have a land at the community center in somebody
So
hands?
that land was on the grounds of the community center?
Of course, it's right where the community center lies. It's right beside it. And the community center has been, the community has been cleaning that land for decades.
And that would
for
have been
decades.
the right, that would have been the right spot
Of
for
course,
the
the
police
location.
station, right?
So that was where we're going to put it. Lo and behold, when we did the title search, we found out that the land belongs to some cad. You know, property. You know, that's not something where at least where we could cancel it. It's property. So what we will do every day? They say, "Oh, we are hand it back to government." Well, they don't have no interest for hand it back. It's over a year now, and they have not decided. They have not handed it back. Every time they say, "Oh, we are give it back," they don't give it back. No move has been made to give that land back. So what we had to do, we had to move and find another location, and we have found another very suitable location, and that is where we're going to work on it. The problem that we have right now is that the police station was a project that was coming out of government funding, and with this COVID, you don't know, check everything on a cap 2 on that, government has pulled back, and that is where we have the problem. The contract has already been drafted. I think it was only a matter for the government and the contractor to sign off. That is still there waiting, because at the end of the day we have to find the funds, and the funds during this COVID year which started, all of that funds has been held back. So we've had a challenge there in terms of the police station, but the police station is really needed in that village right now, without a doubt. It's needed. And if we never had the PUP, that corruption, and I call it corruption because how will you ever give away the land that sits at the community center? Come on. You know, how you do that to your own villagers? I can't understand that, you know. But that has been done, and that is why the project was delayed, and that is what led us into COVID, and that is where we lost the money. Right now we have to find that money, and I've asked my CEO and others to see where we can find money, but it's not easy, especially at this time right now.
It's not there.
It's not there. Once you carry that money, where you want to get that money from?
Yeah, true.
You know? And that was a government projects. The other projects that we have in terms of the building of the Louisiana Government School, the building of the new high school that will commence, those are funding that are coming from abroad. So it's not something where government can just say, well, we are swiped that in terms of trying to pay the budget for government in terms of workers. That project is set out, and that is continuing. That is why you see those projects taking place right now in terms of the school at Louisiana, and of course, I think they informed me that in September we supposed to, the work commences for the high school in Carmelita. So those projects are set and will take place. But these are the challenges we face, and we face these challenges. Why? Because of the corruption at the PUP. But yet they're out there giving out misinformation in terms of trying to say, oh, but that land that for government. People know. Because listen, if it was for government, we may have done build a police station there. Because you know, and this is the same misinformation that they do. For instance, the PUP have people that talk like from Santa Marta, look on the water yellow, right? They showed pictures on the Facebook and things like that. But they don't tell the people that the day before, the person, the water board informed the whole village that they will be cleaning the tank. You know? They are cleaning the tank out properly and everything, and so they are going to have a dirty water. Yeah. That was informed, the whole village knew about that, but then what? They not said that to the public. All they do is say how the water look. You understand me, checking? And this is the issue that we have, where it's all about misinformation by the PUP, and they do this because they are desperate. When Kevin Bernard or anybody at the PUP come and tell you this, that you know where we are get your land, we are get this, then alone false promises. And I say false promises because the PUP is desperate right now. And why they're desperate, Checky, is because they will do anything to get your vote. Even lie you to your face and tell you, no worry, I got one land for you. I got that. To me, is the most dishonest thing you could do to a voter. You know why? Because you are rightfully in your own mind deceiving these people, and that is bad. It's not good for people to do that. You know, like I've always told people, I have been pushing hard for the division. If we could have paid the road to Champion Ridge tomorrow and we had the money, that would have had gotten done long time. The same for Santa Marta. You know, when it comes to lands, Checky, of course, if there are lands that we could have divided and given out to people, that would have been done a long time ago. There's a process to these things, and we are working on another subdivision. And the people of Carmelita would tell you right now that the person who have made a land accessible has been me for decades after PUP and UDB that have been in there. And I am doing that because I believe that everybody deserves a piece of land. And now you might say, what is happening to the people in Orange Walkies? How do we find land for them? Well, I'll tell you, Checky, we have already located the land. The matter is that we have to have the money to buy, to acquire that land from a private owner. But that land, in turn, will be able to give out land to nearly, I would want to say, at least 1,500 people in this town. But to get there requires us to have the finance to purchase that land. And where it is accessible by road, it is accessible to light and water. So it is an ideal location, but at this point in time, the resources are not there for us to do that. But that will come. That will definitely come. Just like when I told people that certain things will be coming in terms of the expansion when we opened up in Carmelita, where light came and water is now going there. These things will come. We have to have the plan. We have to see the vision for know that this will transform. It is like what we are doing at Sandy Field right now, Checky, and we will touch that in a while. People are now seeing the vision that we had, seeing the works coming. And I will tell you in maybe 2 weeks from now, or 3 weeks when we have the inauguration of that place, Checky, people will see what it was and what it is today. And that has come through a vision. I am not the kind of representative that will lie you to your face and tell you, no worry, you'll get land, next week or next month. I won't do that or say, vote for me and you'll get it right away. I don't believe in that. Because we have to be genuine to people. Because if I'm going to serve as a representative, I must be honest to myself and honest to you, the voter. I am not here to deceive you because I just want your vote. I think that is terribly wrong, and I don't believe in those things, Checky. And I will tell you, everybody who comes to me, I let them try to understand the situation, but I'm working there for them. Yeah. You know?
But since we're on lands, Minister, do you have any update on the program in Palmar?
In Palmar, well, I think there's going to be another meeting. We didn't have the meeting the last Sunday.
That's pertaining to lands as well,
yes,
right?
Yes. But remember, Palmar is distinct because Palmar has, how would I put it here? They have by law or by virtue of a deed that was given to them from the king. I mean, they have their own control of their land. So that will be happening. Yeah, sure.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Usher. Morning, Mr. Argon.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, I was listening to your show and what the minister is saying is accurate. These people are promising you the world now. It's not like it's a new person they are making new promises. It is the same old guy that was there before, making the same old promises that they made before. They had promised that they may give Belizeans a lot of land before, and you know what they did? Britannia ended up with 5 or 9 square miles of land that belongs to the people of Orange Walk. The people in Tower Hill cannot even apply for a piece of land right next door to their village. There is not an inch for village expansion. Why? Because the Britannians greedy up the land. Now this is the same greedy man that gone with the land, promising that he will give you land. Which land will he give away? Will he give away that land that he took away? I don't think so. They are also promising jobs. They were there for 10 years. What did they do? They fleeced this country. They raped the country. They stole our resources. They sold our assets. Look at the thing that happened at the Port Authority the other day. That is not something that happened overnight. That is something that happened because John Briceño and his greedy crowd sold or gave away the port to their cronies, to one of their cronies. And that has now ended up in receivership and in the hands of the Lord, who is now the owner of the PUP. The Lord owns the PUP. if the Lord owns the PUP and the PUP was ever to get in the government, the Lord will own Belize, the country of Belize, because he will manipulate these guys into giving him back everything that the UDP had managed to get back for the people. No make them go with all kind of nonsense that they will make things better. They will make things worse. That cancer that was eating away at us, Ashcroft, it was not a mistake. He owned the PUP back then and he owns the PUP now. It's the same thing we're going back to. You know, white man just want to keep we very poor and uneducated so that he can enslave us and keep us poor for the rest of our life. The UDP has been taking us out a little by little out of that economic slavery that we were in because of the white man and the PUP. Make we move forward, man. We cannot give these guys another chance to rape this country. It is impossible. I don't think anybody in their right mind will be giving the PUP a chance. The same old PUP. If there may be new people, they don't understand, but these are the same old fellows, the same old devils that raped us before. They want an opportunity to do it again. Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Minister,
Yeah, so checking in at that light, I can tell you, like in idea, they will promise you everything. Both everything where they upon this earth and everything when they're not upon this earth to win. But Belizeans have to be smarter. And when it comes to land, there's nobody else right now, no representative who has done so much in terms of land for the people than myself in the East. And I say that because the work speaks for itself. But there are plans, Sheikh. I have good plans. Like I said, it won't be achieved this year because of what has transpired. But definitely in the next term, we will be able to achieve this for the people, especially in the Orange Walk tongue.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Usher. Minister, good morning.
Yeah, good morning,
senor.
Sorry to interrupt your thoughts, Minister, but
No,
I think what the previous caller said is very true, and I think we need to ponder on that fact that the People's United Party is not about belief. It's not about the people of this country.
Right.
Actually, they are not about the country. They are about Michael Ashcroft and their party. But let us go back a little bit, 5 years ago, 2015, when Francis Fonseca was the leader of the People's United Party. We can clearly recall that Michael Ashcroft did not assist the People's United Party because there was nothing for him at that time. Right now, he is in full-fledged working for the People's United Party, campaigning for the People's United Party, financing the People's United Party. And we know that he's a businessman, just as the leader of the opposition, who claims to be one of the best businessmen in this country, and we know how he got rich. Not by investing $1,000 and then taking it to millions, but he became the best businessman in politics. That's what made him a millionaire. No. His business friend, his lord, Michael Ashcroft, is now campaigning and financing fully the People's United Party. That they even have money to pay people to transfer. You think that he will come here, spend so much millions of dollars, and I think we hear in the news maybe every day that he's donating 200,000 here, 150,000 here, and that he has given the country or the people of this country, according to them, $10 million to assist in the COVID-19 situation. But the problem is that if they become government, Mr. Ashcroft is going to collect 10 times that $10 million. And that is what the people of this country must be careful of. Let us not make the mistake in going to vote for the People's United Party. None of them, none of the standard bearers of the People's United Party not Kevin Bernard, can stand against this. He has to play the same tune. He has to dance to the same tune of Michael Ashcroft, of Johnny Briceño, and all those that own the People's United Party. Minister, continue the good path, continue the good work, continue serving the people of the East and the country, and for sure you will get that vote come election day. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you for those words.
He alluded to some of the same things you were saying earlier.
Exactly. You know, they, like I said, the PUP are promised heaven and hell. My thing is simple. It's like I said, Belizeans across this country. I mean, you could think for yourself. You could understand. You think you are telling me you are put Johnny Briceño and Musa and that whole crowd to run this country again when they have done what they have done to this country? Come on, I don't think so. And when you have the MP, the minions, they go wrong and then they promise everything to people, lying people to their face, because all they want is the vote. And I will tell you, PUP feels that they could buy out this election, They feel that with the money from Ashcroft, they could come and literally buy out this election. And I wouldn't say that it's not possible, because in this life, everything is possible. My thing is that at the end of the day, the Belizean people out there know what they're worth. And I think if Belizean people know where they're worth as Belizeans and where the beautiful and wonderful country that they live in, that we live in as Belizeans, then nobody's supposed to be able to buy us out. And nobody's supposed to be able to lie us likewise. I mean, when you hear them, we're going to promise you the world. No worry, man, you want to get land as a win, you want to get land, you don't know that a lie. Because you must have a plan. The plan has to happen, and these plans come with resources. We have a plan to find 1,500 lots for Belizean people, Orange Walk, UDP, East voters. We have that plan. But the plan cannot happen because of financial constraints at this point in time, Cheki. And when you look at all the other plans that we have had, those that are doable, we achieve. You understand? We are working to that and finding these lands. People in Tower Hill, like the caller mentioned, can't get land. You could see nice tract of land, but all of those lands are owned. But we will find some land for those people in Tower Hill, because we are working in something in Carmelita that will assist those people in Tower Hill, and of course continue to resolve some of the issues we have in Carmelita in terms of getting people their land. Because you have to take care of the people in Carmelita first, yes or no? Because it's their land, basically. Yep. It's their village. But definitely for the people in Orange Walk Town, we have a plan. We've identified the land, but no matter that it is a process. We have to acquire that land, and then we have to then work on that. But these things take time, and I'm not the kind of leader that's going to promise people and lie people to their faces just for their votes. You understand me, Cheki? Yeah. I am here to work in partnership with you, to build this relationship between me and you, so that we can get and achieve the things for you. And I stand here as a leader that I am not afraid to voice my opinion in anything. I am not afraid to stand for what is right. You understand me? And I've done that time and time again, Cheki. And you could look at that in terms of the political race that we had within the internal political workings of the party. I stood with Patrick Faber from day one. People jump here, people jump there, people gone around, did everything. At the end of the day, Patrick Faber became the party leader. And I have been there with him since day one. And this is where I stand. This is where my convictions, of course. And for us to achieve great things, we must have that vision. We must have that knowledge of how we are going to go about and achieve these things. Cheki, and I can tell you that this has been done time and time again within our division. We could talk about all the projects, and we got some of them. I know time is running out. And we can talk. I would want us to get some time to talk about some of these works that are doing. Okay, we are going there. We are getting things done.
Okay, well, we'll take a break then.
All right.
It's 27 minutes after 8 o'clock. Folks, remember, you are listening on the East Radio. You would like to join in a conversation this morning, you can call 302-2170. That's 302-2170. And the same, you persons who are viewing us, you can see the number right there on the screen. So we'll take a break. Minister Aragon and Robert Chakiosha will be back for our wrap-up right here today on the Sugar City Morning Show.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
When you think about compassion, care and kindness, the area representative of Orange Walk East, Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr., immediately comes to mind. He has demonstrated through dedication and hard work that the people he represents are his priority. His work in Orange Walk East to deliver goods and services has been never-ending. Infrastructure, streets, water, land, social assistance, sports, and education are areas in which Mr. Aragon has focused and delivered to his people in the Orange Walk East. Honorable Aragon has lived a life of dedicated service to his country and people with an excellent track record. Orange Walk East deserves the best. So, for continued development, vote for Honorable Elodio Aragon Jr.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. We will be touching on some projects in the Orange Walk East. But before we go there, I want to ask the Minister about something that persons have always been asking about. He mentioned it the last time, but the Prime Minister said yesterday that election should be sometime in November. The Aragon's Christmas Cup. Will you be able to handle it?
Yes.
All the work, the campaign and everything.
Definitely. I mean, that is something we've always done. I think our committee is looking forward to that. So, and I think right here in the month of August, something, I know the committee has sat already and have had discussions and plans are underway already. So that will be carried out.
Good, all right. Good news.
It's important, man, for our young people, you know.
Yeah, it's that time that people need to come out and breathe out,
Definitely,
right?
we have to. I tell you, actually, we were since we're up on that football, we were in Carmelita this weekend, where we organized a six-a-side tournament, you know. And we had a number of teams that came out. It was very good. The whole village nearly made it out there in terms of coming to look at it. You know, we had, prior to that, we had to plan to get some balls and trophies.
Like see young people like that, they come up, man.
And they were there, you know, they organized it. I have to big up Chendo and the brother and the others who came out to organize and get this six-a-side in Carmelita underway, you know. And definitely we had the guys out there. We had the Yellow Machine team, them boys, and the Friends team. You know, the first, second, and third place we had, you know, we gave out money. 150 first place, 75 was second, and 50 was third. And of course, we give a consolation prize to the female champion. Because we had one female team, two female team compete, no? But it was a good show. I tell you, a lot of young people were out there, and I felt good about it. You know, I was out there, and I also saw that the amount of people that wants these activities to take place, you know, and you know, this is Carmelita. I'm glad to be able to have done this for Carmelita. I think the village council could organize more of those things, but you know, since the PUP win in village council, they've basically abandoned all the villages. But I am glad to know that we had our hand in this one, and we had a very good competition, very good and successful six-a-side tournament in Carmelita, you know.
Yeah, you were the one that was instrumental in getting those lights up in
Yes,
Carmelita.
yes, we did everything, right? The bleachers, everything. Right now, I noticed when I was out there that 3 lights were missing. These lights, I remember once we were here, we said we were going to take them down and fix them. But by the time we got out there, the next 2 days, then we don't remove them. I think the next week when I got out there, the village council had removed them, and they never fix them or put them up or nothing. So they only take them off. I don't know if they take them off so that I can't work on it. But I saw it when I was there, and definitely we will find 3 lights to put up, you know.
Okay, then talking
we'll
about
fix
that
that
now,
up because it's important.
let's come back now to the Sandy Field.
Yes, well, you know, all right. Well, the Sandy Field, if anybody has passed around the Sandy Field, which is in the Louisiana area, in the Pasadita area, you will find that this once where basically there was nothing except a field and the basketball court that was in rubble. That was the caved-in part of the basketball field, right? And here, you know, nobody could have played basketball there because you couldn't throw a ball there because it had concaved. It basically had collapsed, well, you know, and the swings people couldn't use the swing because of the condition of that swing.
So that's the condition right now?
And where the kids would play up on the slide and all of these things. So this is where it was. This was the state of condition that the Sandy Field found itself. And we decided, you know what, let us do a project that will be meaningful for the entire area. We're not just going to look at refurbishing the basketball court or fix up the kiddies area, but let us do something that is meaningful. And what I will tell you, you know why I really appreciate this project? This is where we are fixing. What you see is basically the work we are doing to surface the basketball court, because that was a big hole. The kids couldn't use the basketball court. So we are fixing that. That has been done already. This is the work where we went out there. We got people to come out, and these things are not coming from government funds. A lot of people figure, then I think a government is sponsored. No, these things have been sponsored by us, by me and my committee, because why? It is important for our community. And this is where these are the kind of projects that I love, because at the end of the day, it brings together our community. You know, so we had to resurface right now. We had to fix the kiddies area where the kids go and swing, and that we have added a new swing. We added a seesaw, and of course we have repaired the slide area. That is repaired
nice
now.
Now
it's getting beautiful. We need to go put a new coat of paint. I need to put up the new rims and backboards for the basketball court, and we are going to paint the basketball court. Right now we need to add On the other swing, we need this is a new swing that we put up. We need to add them chains and stuff. So we are going to work on that this week, finishing up that for the kiddies area, repaint it over and all of that. At the end of the day, the park looks good. We have a number of benches that we have built there.
Yeah.
We're going to get some benches, some more additional small benches that we're going to put around the kiddies area. So all of this work we have done. We have resurfaced the basketball court and all of that. And this whole project is a 3-phase project. The first phase was to build the 2 bleachers and the dugouts. Right? The bleachers has been done. The dugouts are being worked on now. The second phase was to rehabilitate the basketball court, putting benches, fixing up the kiddies area. That is nearly finished, complete. And the third phase is putting up the lights. And I'm proud to say that today, as of this week, we have been putting up the lights. So posts have gone up. If you can see these pictures, posts are going up. Already up, we are putting 6 posts, and I want to big up the guys at BL for the tremendous work that they are doing in supporting this project, because this project is a meaningful community-based project, and I have to big up the guys at BL. All of you guys, you know yourselves for all the work you have done. I want to big you up. And of course, you could see right now the posts are going up. This is
big
the third
operation,
phase.
man.
Yes, man. We're going to do a massive inauguration here in terms of letting people coming out, and we're going to plan a wonderful competition for the 6-a-side, because the vision that we have is that this field will be the home of 6-a-sides. That means 6 or 8-a-sides, right?
Okay.
It does not have the
Because of the size of the field?
size of the field. So anybody wants to carry out a competition for 6-a-side, and this is the place. We have bleachers, 2 dugouts, we have 1 kids area, we have the basketball court, and this place is going to be lit. When I tell you light up, we got 6 lights for this field. We have the lights already ready to go up. I hope this week it should be up. The guys are putting down the posts, the wiring, and so as soon as we finish, we have to paint this basketball court, put up the bleachers, the backboards with the rims. We have installed drums for trash. I mean, I can't ask for nothing better right now. The only thing we could not achieve at this point in time was the bathroom facility, because that come with money, and it's all with budget.
Yeah.
But this is a meaningful project. When I tell you meaningful, I go there and I feel glad when I say the kids that come out to play in the evenings, and people could sit and use the bleachers. And a lot of people now, because of all that is happening, are going out there, walking around, running. They work out, they get into that exercise mood. And I think this will be a wonderful thing for that community.
Is it a large community in that area?
Yes, of course, a large community in the Pasadena area. And I feel proud of that, because that will be there for decades. That will be there improving the lives and the quality of life of our residents in that area. And for me, that is meaningful, and like I tell you, these things have not come about without challenges, because these things that are there not come out of government money per se. We have had to write to people to assist us financially. We had to write to corporations to assist us. But working together as a community, bringing stakeholders together, we're able to achieve these things. And for me, this is a good example of showing that when you have a desire to achieve things, nothing is impossible to achieve. It may take some time, etc. And I will tell you that this is a wonderful project, and I know it's going to be well received. It's already well received. And when everything come together for the inauguration, by the time we paint the court and put up the backboards, by the time we finish the kiddie area, because we have to put another coating, the boards suck up the paint and thing. Yeah. Finish the swing where they're there, finish the painting, the clean up, the putting the additional benches, the lights, and the 2 dugouts. And when that come together for the inauguration, I will be very proud of that. And I think the entire community will be proud. But this is a perfect example that you could achieve it, that anybody could achieve it if they set their heart and organize for these things to happen. And this is a true example of how you can do something for your community. And I feel very good about it. And everybody who's involved, I want to thank you all for that. But definitely, I want to see this project. Actually, as soon as I leave from here, I'm going out there to look at how they are putting up the wiring, to check and to see how we get the other things going. And I will definitely invite everybody for the inauguration to be out there when we do that, because that has been a great success for the community. Together with the community, it has gone a long, long way, and it will be there for a long, long time.
How is the project, the process of the project for this school at Louisiana?
Well, the project for the Louisiana Government School is going quite well. I feel very proud of that again, because that all started about 2 years ago, where we had to fight in cabinet, and I am glad that I stood up and fought for the Louisiana Government School to get this project, because if not, this never may happen. Yeah, this must may happen somewhere else, some other division. This is what is taking place. They are casting right now the floor. It's looking wonderful right now. And these are the kind of projects that I'm proud of, because they will be there for a long time. The impact that it will have on our community, for our students, our teachers, and so I feel very proud of this. And these are pictures of the ongoing work that is taking place there. And these are the things which define my leadership, Checky. These are the things that define the love that I have for the people of this country, but especially the people of Orange Walk East. Then my home here, this is my home. There's nowhere else I got to go but being here in the Orange Walk East division. And when I see that kind of work, the development that I've brought to Orange Walk East within 5 years, and that is why, Checky, people say, Aragon, you have to blow your hand sometimes, and that's true, because if you not blow it, who won't blow it for you? Yeah, Checky, what we have done within the last 4.5 years, Checky, there's not another politician in the Orange Walk East division that has delivered all that I have done within this time, I am telling you, in every community, people know the kind of work, determination that I have being there for that community, and nobody can say that we don't work. I work day in and out, because this is the life that I've chosen. This is the life I live now, and it has taken a toll on my family, because I barely see my family, you understand me? But the sacrifice that we make, this is what I know for me in the long term. I can then move on and say, you know what? This is what we have accomplished for the Orange Walk East community. This is where we have a new building. This is where we have a new high school. This is where we have a new preschool. These are the kind of things. This is where we have assisted so many people with lands. These are the kind of things that I am determined to see, because it is all about empowerment. When we talk, a lot of people use the word empowerment and we need for do this plan. But what have you done to make that a reality? Well, I could tell people in Orange Walk East, we have brought and have fought a tough fight. People don't know the history of certain things, You look at the factory in Carmelita right now. That factory will create 150 jobs, minimum. Checky, minimum.
And
How that factory get there, people don't know. Which other representative has brought an industry to their division? None here in the Orange Walk. Tell me which one. When the government, the PUP, when the UDP brought the soy factory, what did the PUP do with that? You understand me? But we have brought factory, because if we talk about empowerment, then we have to work and make these things a reality. Yeah. And by bringing this factory there, it will create these things. But like I said, Check it, this is where we stand. People know who I am. People know what I fight for in terms of our division, and people can see it. There are tangible things that they can see, pie in the sky. You could see the factory go up to Carmelita. In September, you start see the new high school going up there. You could see the land development back there, the expansion of light back there, and in all villages. And right now, I don't want we could touch on Santa Marta. Santa Marta has gotten a lot of development. Why? Because then people may live in really, they may need that help, Yeah. People needed access to water. People needed light. People needed expansion in the roads and that, fixing. All of these things we have been working, and
So you could say, Minister, in all your areas there that you represent in the Orange Walk East, there is something to show.
That's right. There's not an area where can't say, I'm going to never do this or that. There's always something we can do. And of course, some areas we could have done more, but it depends on the financial support. Champanridge always talk about the highway, but the highway, 100,000, 200,000, that is thousands. That is about a mile and change, because you have to, if you pay for Orange Walk to Champanridge, you have to pay to the highway for the truckers. So that is at least $1 million minimum for that project. So, but I've always said everything with time, everything with plan, everything with budget, and the work always continues. Right now, I don't know if we got time, but I want to show some pictures in terms of Santa Marta.
Santa Marta,
right?
Guys, let's go to
Santa Marta, and we do this for all villages. Right now, We worked on the road for Santa Marta because it was in a terrible state. And it will always get bad because they are not concrete or paved road. These are dirt roads with white marl. You run that, the rains come, they damage the road. You could do it on road nice, and in 3 weeks, depending on the kind of rain or weather conditions and the kind of traffic that runs on it, it could damage the road quickly. But nevertheless, exactly. Right? But nevertheless, we don't have the money for pave the road right now. If we had, I don't pave that. Check it. Why we are wearing a lamp up or something like that? If you have the money, the fact is that we have, just like the 31 representatives fighting for their division, it has to be shared. You understand me? Yes. But definitely, I'm sure that in the East we will be able to achieve these roads with due time, right? By maybe next term we might get then 2 roads paved, because we not got much road for paved in our division, only then 2 roads, and of course the road to Guinea Grass, which benefits the south. But these are things that will come to pass with due time. On Santa Marta, we went and sent the equipment there to compact and fix the road, and they were out there fixing that road. It was, I would want to say, it was much needed repairs. We dumped that road, fixed the holes and stuff like that. And these are some of the pictures of the work that we did there last week.
That's the main road?
Yes, the main road. We fixed up the main road, and things, But like I said, all of these things with time will need the repairs to be done on these roads. Right now, the equipment is in Guinea Grass right now, working in Guinea Grass Road too, because they need the help too. Yeah. You understand me? And so we have to send the equipment there. So that the Guinea Grass Road is being fixed as we speak right now. And of course they'll fix up wrong to our front at Oil, and hopefully I could get them in to come in and fix up some of the roads in the village. But this is ongoing work that we do every time. And apart from that, I want to announce too that as me and you are talking right now, from yesterday we had the big rig came in to drill the well for Santa Marta. Remember we talked about that? Yeah. We couldn't get it because of COVID. We couldn't get it because the truck gone down. And then after COVID, when the truck was operational, they lose some parts, a whole series of things. But nevertheless, the truck has been here from yesterday, parked in Santa Marta. The drilling started today, this morning. I will be going there later today to take some pictures and see what they are doing. And so we'll have this second well being drilled in Santa Marta. And to me, that is good, That is good because it will provide an additional well for the people of Santa Marta, right? Mm-hmm. This thing when you talk about yellow water, and like I mentioned earlier, some POP post picture, oh, look at the water yellow. They tell you one thing, but they not tell you the next piece. The next piece was that the village was already informed that the well was being cleaned. They were fixing up the reservoir, you understand me? So all that water would have washing out the dirt and letting people know. But they not say that. But with this well, Checky, we'll have 2 wells there. And also the plan for Santa Marta is that they are working on a purifying system for water purification system for that village. And this will come true and will become a reality because of the water board in Santa Marta and myself working to make this happen. So then people in Santa Marta will have the best water ever.
Going into their homes?
Into their homes. You understand me? Going into their homes. It'll be as best as the biggest projects that you see, because right now money will be injected into making this a reality for Santa Marta. And this is the true meaning of leadership and work. We're not like the PUP where we know they lie people and misinformation and try to deceive people out there. Check it, there's nobody, and you can ask anybody in Santa Marta, if they're honest and they have eyes to see, there's not another representative who has done the amount of work that I've done in that village in terms of opening new roads for people, putting new lights, expansion of light, water to every home, then community center, you name it, lights on bus, on the football court, the road that we have fixed, the bridge at Newland that we have fixed, which a lot of them people use for go work there. All the work that we have done in that village is tremendous. They never see that kind of work yet, And I do it not because people say, oh, the POP village and this and that. Listen to me. I do it because it hurts when you go there and you see Belizeans living in certain conditions. We have to uplift them people. And this goes, for me, anywhere in this country you go and say that we have to do our best for bring everybody in this country should be in par in terms of the basic necessities such as water and light. You understand? Yeah. And this is the work we do. But like I said, tremendous work. Jackie, every time we work, every week something is happening in our division. No two ways about that. You know. And of course, I also want to say that I was in the village at Tower Hill this weekend. No, on Sunday I was there. We had a nice community meeting. We talked about the issues, the concerns of our people, and seeing what we can do to assist them. So we had a very good meeting. These are the pictures here. I was talking to the villagers.
A good crowd come out.
Yes, a good crowd inside and out. And, we had some, how would I put it, good talk. I talked about them with the help in terms of the government's help, in terms of the pantry, in terms of the financial assistance. We talked about schools reopening, the fairs in terms of COVID and all of these things. And we talked about their concerns in terms of land that, that they need, because they truly need, Kechi and Cheki. And so what to me, what really, when I look at these things and you meet and interact with people, right, the thing is that what gets you is the needs of our people and the work that we are doing together to try to meet those needs. And when they talk about land at Tower Hill, right, they talk about land at Tower Hill, which is a genuine concern, because there's no land there. The only piece of land where they're there for the Taiwanese. They own that, and then they sell that very expensive, so we can't do no expansion there. We have to acquire the land if we'll do that. And I know a big piece of land, very small. And then you have tracts at thousands of acres right next to that. But that is in private hands, and that is why when I go out here and I talk about Britannia and I talk about the PUP, because it is the truth. When you look at the PUP, when Britannia, they out there, they on the tour, they talk about people, they say, we will make sure everybody get their land. My brother, which bigger hypocrite you could have on this planet than him? Because then the one who took thousands upon thousands of acres and deprived our Belizean people from these lands. And the Tower Hill, thousands of acres is in private hands. And they're enough for their hands because, they set up companies and put these lands under these things. So where is the love for the Belizean people? Where is the genuine concern when they say, we are make sure everybody get land, and I just talk. Because they're not serious. They are hypocrites. And when I say these things, I not do these things personally at people. It is the reality of what they represent. And we have to call it out because people must know. And so when I was at that meeting and people bring up the issue of lands, it hurts me because that village, when you just have land, but where is the land? The land gone. The land in a private hands. And yet the PUP says they stand for the people of this country. So. But that meeting was very good, and we've been having meetings all over the villages. I've been to Santa Marta for these meetings. I've been in Carmelita. As a matter of fact, on this weekend here, I will be in Carmelita on Saturday, right? I will be there. We're having a meeting with the neighborhood, and so I will be there to talk to people. Apart from that, in Palmar, we'll be also having a function. I'm doing a small get together for our senior people in that village. So I'll be there this weekend, Sunday, likewise in the village, and talking to the elders in that village, to listen to them. But these are the things that are happening. And apart from that, Chekia would want to say, I know time they go up and away, but I would want to also highlight that, every year we used to do with sports camp, right? Where kids come out and summer camps and stuff, and they come and we help them out and leave it and things. But COVID has really affected a lot of these things. But nevertheless, we have organized within the entire Orange Walk East Division free haircuts for kids. And what is happening right now, as I'm talking to you, we have people in Santa Marta. We're starting with Santa Marta. They are there from 9 till 2 in the evening, cutting people's hair, kids. Mm-hmm. So if you got one child, take him there and he will get a free haircut, So we are doing that in Santa Marta today. Tomorrow from 9 to 2 in Champan Ridge, Community Center will be. Apart from that, we'll be this Saturday at the Orange Walk East office right in front there. We'll be setting up a tent and have tables and chairs, and parents can just bring their kids, and we'll be cutting their hair. In Tower Hill, we'll be at the Tower Hill Community Center on Saturday from 9 to 2. So everybody in the Tower Hill could come out. This is the flyer that we have put up. They can come up and get their haircuts free of cost. And of course, on next week, Friday, we will be in, I think Friday we are looking at Carmelita, and then on Saturday we'll be at Palmar, but that is being advertised on the radio. Exactly. So we are trying to reach out to everybody and give them a free haircut,
Yeah, well,
so,
Honorable, it's time for us to go, but I just want to ask you to close off by asking you, we have a new leader elect for the United Democratic Party. How is the party coming on, and how prepared is the party now as we are moving into the election season?
Well, right now, I would want to say that the new party elect has his work cut out for him.
New party leader.
New party leader.
Yeah.
And I always said this, that weary is the head that wears the crown. I'm not joking. Why fight for their position? They get this position, and with that, they have to know that challenges are there. And definitely, I think right now, one of the biggest challenges in terms of looking is dealing with this COVID situation, because this is a real and present danger right now. And one of the toughest things is to be able to manage this country and navigate through the challenges so that we can come out of this as best as possible, as a nation and as a people. And I think these are real concerns for us. I think the Prime Minister himself, having stayed on to look after this, I think is very commendable. And of course, I think the new party elect, his job, like the Prime Minister has said, is to basically look after the affairs of the party. And one of the biggest challenges that he has to now work towards is, one, bringing the party into what he would term fighting fit and ready for these elections. And I think that is well underway right now. That is happening across this country. I think he's been basically visiting certain divisions and certain areas and mobilizing in terms of re-energizing and re-motivating our people. So that is happening. I think that is very good. And of course, I think that within the next weeks from now, I think you will see not only the United Democratic Party, but you'll also see the PUP mobilize. And I think in certain places they're already putting up flags, right? But that time will come. But for the greatest part, I think the party elect, the party leader elect has a tremendous task, as any leader would have. But at the end of the day, I am positive that he'll be very successful. I am confident that he knows what he's doing, and working together with the entire party, we will be able to come together to unite in a way that we stand for what is right always and continue on that way. We have done that before, and I am confident that we will do so again. At the end of the day, it is in the people's hands. The people will have to decide when that voting day comes, who they want to lead this country, who they want to govern, who they want as their representatives. I'm confident that the United Democratic Party is the right party. That is why I'm here. If not, I don't go a long time checking, because that's how we operate, But I do believe that we have the right party right now. The challenges are not easy out there, especially in a COVID. But I do believe that with the right leadership, things will move forward and things will be better. I not say that right now things they go the way everybody wanted. Of course, there are challenges because of COVID. COVID has affected the whole economy of this country.
That's global.
It has affected everything, and not only here in Belize, like you said, it's international. But nevertheless, I think that how we have been managing COVID right now, as people must commend the United Democratic Party under the leadership of the Prime Minister, because he has been doing a wonderful job. We can't come and say the same about the PUP, because they have walked out on the people and country by leaving the National Oversight Committee. And I have to say that, Checky, because it is true. You understand me? It is true. And all I want to say is that at the end of the day, when election comes, because the election is coming faster than you know, right? It's set for November, but time flies so fast. But at the end of the day, I think that the Belizean people across this country will make the right decision, and that decision will be the United Democratic Party. But the work continues, Checky. We have months to go, and we have to work hard. We have to continue working. We can't just day. And I will tell you right now, some of the projects we had in plan are still going on. They have been delayed a little, but they're carrying on. Checky, and I will tell you right now, the great plans that we have worked on, like the Sandy Field is becoming a reality. We don't reach the end, First, looking at where we wanted to start and where we want to reach, we have been through some trying times there, but we have been able to overcome. And right now, reaching that final end is where I'm seeing, the great success of this thing.
Yep.
And the same when you talk, and maybe next week when I come, or as soon as I could, I will come and I will present another project that we have really looking to undertake. And again, I think that project will be a wonderful project for the people of Orange Walk East, especially those who live in Orange Walk in the Louisiana area. So these are ongoing projects every time. We are always working out there for you all, and of course we continue with the jump project that we have done, and anybody who needs jumps could check in at our office. But with that, Cheke, I just want to say the work continues. Stay firm with the United Democratic Party, because we are here for you. We are the representatives that love and care for this country. And at the end of the day, together, we achieve great things and continue to do so,
Well, once again, Minister,
thanks for having me, Cheke.
Looking forward to have you once again next week.
Yes, man,
right
sure.
Here on the show. And this has been a next edition of the Sugar City Morning Show. 4 minutes after 9 o'clock, folks. We will be back with you once again tomorrow morning. Happy birthday going out to Alisa Palacio, celebrating 16th birthday today. Comes to you from my dad, Alex. Alex, hope you are doing fine. I understand you undergone a surgery. Hope you are doing fine. Mr. Alex Palacio, who is a teacher as well.
Okay.
And also, folks, we thank you all who tune in. Yep, okay, Chanpai Ridge. So we don't hear no more Chanpai Ridge long time. The minister spoke earlier about Chanpai Ridge, but next week we're going to touch a little more on that. But we have to go. This show repeats at 8 o'clock tonight, so if you never hear about the Chanpai Ridge part, tune in tonight at 8 o'clock. This show repeats at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tonight,
okay.
God should be told. Yeah.
Okay, that will be live on Channel 10 as well.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Then after that, what time that show comes on?
That comes on at 7:30.
7:30. Live
To
on East
8:30,
Radio
yeah.
and on North Television Channel 10. So and then after that, then we'll be airing the repeat of this show tonight. So it's all about the East, folks. We got the East here, and the East will be here every week right up until election and after election, because the East Minister never did stop one time and he won the first term. He still come, but sometimes the man get busy here and there, but I'm sure he's going to make it back again next week, Thursday. So thanks again. My name is Robert Cheke Usher. Minister, thank you.
Sure, man. Thank
Have
you,
a great
Cheke,
day.
and of course, thank to all those who are tuning in. No.
Yeah, thanks Rahim, and thanks all the guys in the background, the guys who helped us with the pictures and the videos. And we'll be back tomorrow right here on North Television Channel 10.
Sugar City Morning Show.
Saltar la frontera es ilegal y coloca a toda la nación en riesgo. Nuestros vecinos, Guatemala y México, han experimentado un rápido incremento de casos de contagio de COVID-19 y hay más muertes cada día. Personas entrando a Belice ilegalmente, viniendo de esos países con múltiples casos, no les están haciendo las pruebas de COVID-19. Es por eso que es importante reportar a cualquiera que entre ilegalmente a Belice llamando a nuestras líneas directas. Para Smart, marque 0800-586-7377, 0800-267-3377 y para Digi, marque 0800-728-3293. Tolerar o participar en entrar ilegalmente es ponerte a ti, a tu familia y a todo tu país en riesgo. Recuerda, cualquiera que sea arrestado deberá pagar una multa de hasta 5,000 y o prisión por 2 años. Detén el salto de fronteras hoy. Este mensaje es presentado por el Departamento de Policía de Belice y el Banco de Belice.
Since 2014, Honorable Eludio Aragon has been quietly and consistently assisting deserving residents of Orange Walk East through a pantry program that he put together using personal resources and also with the support of generous business persons. It started with the distribution of 100 packages per month and has now doubled to 200 packages per month. The packages comprise of rice, beans, flour, and sugar, which are staples in any household, and a great help to the recipients. During the state of emergency in the month of April, Honorable Aragon also prepared and delivered 3,000 food hampers to residents of Orange Walk East. In the first instance, 1,500 parcels were delivered, followed by 1,500 more 2 weeks later. This was done because Mr. Aragon was aware of the hardships some of the area residents were going through due to the COVID curfew. This is a man who cares. Honorable Eludio Aragon Jr., with you always.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Boy, I'm late again. What? Done ain't there yet? More time to sleep then.
Ugh, where'd I put my license? What? More cash? Yes.
Oh my god, that's a huge slice. More for me.
Money.
Who doesn't love having more of your favorite things? With Digicel's new prepaid data plans, you get more data to do more of the things you love. That's more chats, more snaps, more surfing, more videos, more everything.